So, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just dropped the kids off to their yes. I knew she was going on a date. My daughter's on her date. My other daughter is at judo, and I'm here trying to get all of this content created while I have a moment free. I took a very strong ibuprofen and I feel awesome. I'm currently trying to get rid of the coffee in my diet, so that's it's not working out for me because I love coffee. But it's just one of those times in your life where you have to be very responsible about the way that you just got to take better care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the way I do that, ugh, is by reducing my coffee and alcohol intake. So let's get into it because I spent 1 hour just discussing me when we're here to discuss you, gentlemen. Gentlemen. Tonight we're going to be talking about the importance of a cool, level headed mind and why this is what is keeping our men weak. Now, I do understand that there are dynamics and scenarios and situations that call for anger. And while the increase of depression is on the rise, so people are not even at that, some of us are not even at that level of actually having enough passion, drive, and we that we can even get angry. We're just, so busy being depressed. I do not encourage anger to be a place where you stay for several reasons, and that we're going to be discussing some of the few reasons why this is bad for men. So, men, let's talk about it. Why is it that so many of you are so angry and losing your damn minds to the point that you're putting yourself and those around you at jeopardy all the time? This is a really big issue, y'all, because emotional stamina is the reason for most people's success. The world today especially is full of anxiety, is full of distractions, is full of lots of sensation and sensory input. So much so that people have to make a conscious effort to limit how much input they get. And if you are really serious about your social and emotional stamina, you have to be cognizant of said input all the time because a lot of it is out of our control now, right? If you have a cell phone, if you have a television, if you have your a computer, you will experience input that is triggering to you. It's in advertising, it's on billboards, it's on posters, it's in the way we purchase, and especially for men, men are actually being targeted to side with or decide on how it is they want to interact with society based on a kind of forcing that is subtle and sometimes in your face. And so understanding how these dynamics work can really help you to start to make decisions as to how much sensory input and what kind of sensory input you are going to take in. I want to add also to that, while you might not be in a position to do something extreme like go off into nature for a month or a week, maybe a couple of hours without any kind of blue screen or FaceTime or any kind of sensation, will actually do you a lot of good. I really encourage all men, if it is physically possible, to get as much exercise as possible so that you have a physical outlet to get rid of some of the nervous and anxious energy that you can retain from just normal everyday life. My husband and I have taken, because I tend to have a very high sensory input, sensitivity to input, that we do martial arts together. I know you guys might have seen me posting on my shorts in YouTube or on Facebook about, how far I've come and how well I'm doing. My husband also goes with me sometimes and we spar together. Yeah. Context is important. I can't just go around telling people, yeah, I let my husband beat me. That wouldn't go across very well. um, but yeah, so we do that, and I encourage him also to do boxing because he's just that kind of guy who, he's carrying a lot, and I think that this is something that men need in order to release some of that anger that's within them. Um, but it is important, and it is very, very important for men to have this because men are not being treated the way women are treated in society. And men are not conditioned and socialized to deal with their emotions, regardless of how much there is available in terms of health and mental health for men and women in today's day and age. It's still often frowned upon or judged when a man decides to take care of his mental health. So start small and start with the things that you have direct control over right now, like your physical health. That is going to induce and rise your endorphins and really help you to gain some amount of mental clarity long enough to take the next step to calming down and meditating if that is what you need. Some people, I don't actually recommend meditation and exercise this for the same reasons, the same way I would for some of my female clients. And the reason, and even with my female clients, I have to be really careful as to how I do this because depending on what your neuroses are, you may find yourself making the situation worse depending on the type of meditation and exercises you choose. So I would talk to a healthcare provider about that because there are kinds of active meditation like I like to clean or go for a walk, and some people might find themselves doing better with something like lying down in bed and becoming more aware of their body in quiet space. If you are a person who is super sensitive and super aware, that might not be the best option for you. So this is why I would say a kind of meditation and a kind of exercise depending on what your healthcare provider recommends. I'm not a physician, so I'm not in a position to do that. Now, this these two things are super important because they will help you to gain the discipline needed to handle difficult situations and to be more self aware in your relationships with those people around you. It reduces your anxiety, it will build your endorphins, and it will also put you in a better state of mind when dealing with the opposite sex. And if you're a man who's looking to become married, you will absolutely need to develop tools to learn how to control your temper because women are very sensitive to this. Some for the right reasons and wrong reasons, and some women will actually manipulate this to get you in trouble. People do this to get you in trouble. And thirdly, it is something that people will recognize as a problematic issue in your life and will judge you for it if you don't have it under control, meaning your temper. And so it is important for men to have emotional stamina, I call it, to be able to recognize when people are deliberately trying to bring that out in them and to act in a way that is more socially mature. I won't say socially acceptable because a lot of the things that pass as acceptability in this day and age are not actually really something I condone. But this is something that I think really is important for you to have under control because it's the one thing that you can't control when you let it out. When if it's out of control, then it's the one thing you don't have under control. That makes sense. I don't know. It should. Your temper is the one thing that you can't control if you lose. So let us first take a look at that, or that be the second thing, because I feel like sexual aggression and temperament are two things that go hand in hand to destroy a man. Ooh, I like that. I hope I can make that into a little short. So, if you guys like this content, please leave me a thumbs up. Please make sure to like and share this video. I create content like this almost every day. And of course, if you can't already know the line, please make sure to stay safe and stay free.